First of all, Jaren, great game by you, man, but a tough loss, man. How do you, I guess, kind of gather what happened out there today and what went wrong?
Yeah, we just got to tighten up some screws. We know the game plan. We know exactly what we need to do to win. I think there were stretches where we actually did really well. But I think they just had more stretches where, they were getting to what they wanted. But, I'm encouraged. Game one's over. Move on to game two. Whether we won or lost this game, who's going to have the same mentality. So we know exactly what we got to do.
Jaren, just in that second half, what did you notice that the Lakers were adjusting to you, primarily in the post, and just how did you look to counter that by still getting to your spots there?
They're just doubling from the middle, putting bigger guys on me, trying to front me, doing whatever they can to make it hard on me. And you just got to keep staying aggressive, man. There's a lot of ways you can score. You just got to keep exploring all those options.
Jaren still in the back. It was hard to watch Ja in the locker room today. He's really down for a guy who's been through a lot. You guys have had his back this whole time. He's even mentioned that game two is kind of serious question mark. How hard is it seeing him go down and obviously not know if he'll be able to be there with you on Wednesday night?
Oh, yeah, man. We know how much he cares. We know how much he puts into the game. So obviously, when you're not, when you go down like that and you have to leave the floor, it's definitely frustrating, especially in the fourth quarter. But yeah, he just needs a minute. He's fine. I've seen him battle through pretty much anything. So at the end of the day, I'll see him tomorrow.
Do you expect to see from the jump the coverage you saw in the second half tonight for game two?
I have no idea, actually. I wouldn't know. I see a lot of different coverages. I don't know which one they think is the best one. So, but you have to use your counters. Whatever they throw at you, they're gonna throw. They're probably gonna try and mix it up to try to. I don't know though. I can't predict it. They got a whole coaching staff over there. They're gonna do what they do, and we're gonna have plans for all that.
Obviously, you took on a much bigger role, more of an offensive burden late in the regular season. Never know if stuff's going to carry over to playoff basketball, which is different. Obviously, did for you tonight. Do you feel like did you bring a lot of confidence into the series that the gains you'd made offensively in the regular season? You felt like you were ready to do that in playoff basketball?
Yeah, it's still a basketball game. It's still playoff basketball, regular season basketball. It's still NBA teams out there. We're still, you know what I mean? I guess it's a little different because of the format and what it means and how much passion you're finna play with, but it's still a basketball game. How it translates over, it should always translate over. Nothing really is different unless you really are trying to win a series a certain way. If you're down, then you have to make adjustments. If you're up, you stick with what you're doing. So that's the only time things change, really. And you look at past series, that's what happens when players get pulled out, players don't play. That's really why.
In the back here, Jaren, Josh said that he feels like it's been one thing after another. I think he was referring to himself, but just as a team, it also has been for you guys. Has it felt that way, that it's just been one thing after another when it comes to injuries for you?
Oh, if you look at it logically, for sure. Look at the list. Shoot, I've had one. Steve, BC, 12, Dez. It's a part of life. It's a part of the game. You pray for everybody to be healthy. You pray for the best all the time, but that might not always happen. So, yeah, but that's always just stuff he's telling y'all. At the end of the day, he feels fine. We push through anything. He's just gonna tell y'all something good.
I couldn't recall. Did they use? I got two questions for you, but did they use LeBron defending you like they did tonight ever before when you played against the Lakers?
Yeah, I feel like LeBron's been guarding me a good amount throughout my career playing him.
It seemed like you saw the matchup and obviously just it didn't deter you in any way.
I got to attack all the time. I can't really worry about anything. Yeah, I can't.
And then in relation to Anthony Davis, do you guys have to change anything in terms of how you're attacking him? He ended up with 7 blocks today. Obviously, had a good success on the glass as well. Do you have to change how you attack him moving forward, or is it just he's Anthony Davis and that's stuff he's going to do?
How we attack him offensively? I mean, I feel like a lot of his blocks are weak side or on ball. I don't know. Figure it out.
Jaren, especially if Ja doesn't play on Wednesday, I think you know that you're going to be viewed as the go-to guy. Down 1-0 in series, backs against the wall without Ja. Do you feel like you're as ready to seize this moment coming your way as you have been in your career?
Yeah.
Jaren, as soon as we got into the locker room, Luke was talking about, as soon as you guys got into the locker room after the game, it was already, you guys started talking about, all right, what do we have to do? It seems that the experience from last year where you lost both game ones, kind of, you guys know what to expect. How good is it that as soon as you guys got off the floor in a tough game, you were already looking ahead about the things that needed to be corrected so you can even up this series?
Yeah, that's what you have to do in the series. Even if we were to win the game, got to always, have that dialogue constantly with everybody, with your teammates, with your coaches about what you got to correct. I mean, that's before the game, throughout the game, after the game. And it's tomorrow and the next day. And it's pretty much through the whole series. So it's just fresh dialogue. You want to just continue to be fluid and just have that. And to answer your question, I mean, you're always ready for your opportunity, and you never should shy away from it. That's not how we're built. That's not what our program stands on. I mean, every single time you've seen anything happen, someone steps up into that role and does exactly what they need to do with the help of everybody and understanding it. So I just think that's what this place is about for sure.
They played Vanderbilt and Hachimura about the same amount of minutes in the first half. Second half, they leaned more to Hachimura. Does the difference in those two players on the floor change what you're asked to do defensively? And do you think that'll change more as you go forward?
Yeah, different players. I'm gonna guard them different. But he had a night for sure. Played really well. But whoever they throw out there, we gotta be conscious of that. But I think we will going forward.